You know, my son, yes, he's under 10, and he goes and studies Arabic on the weekends when he has time, and his school teach him the Quran with meaning.
Okay.
So this is something that we should not generalize. It depends which school you go to. Yes, I don't think there's any rule that you should send your children only to the school where they just basically just memorize the Quran and learn it.
My madrasa where I went to, they would just recite.
Yes.
Recite.
I totally understand. Yeah, but this is something that is not what Islam encourages, in the sense that, yes, you know, that if your teacher says that, okay, you memorize the Quran, yes, but then on a later date we are going to learn the meaning as well, then that is the holistic understanding of the Quran. Because the whole idea of the Quran is not just reciting it, but to understand the message of the Quran.
Yeah, and to keep studying it.
Yes.
A lot of people don't keep studying, and they're sending false message because their actions go against Islam, and that's where that's like people like me that have these questions, because the people that are calling themselves Muslim are not leading their life in the way of Islam.
Yeah, that's not, you know, ignorance unfortunately is something that has plagued our societies and our communities. Yes, and that is the reason you see racism, you see this this division between different different families, because of they come from a certain caste or whatever it is. You see what I mean?
We had that all.
Yeah, I know. This is all down to because they haven't learned the religion and the deen properly. Because if that was the case, then you would use not only your reason, your rationality, but you would use your religion to correct the people who have basically misconstrued the religion and made it into some sort of a culture club. This is not what Islam is about. Islam is about respecting you as an individual based on your own self as a person, rather than you of a particular color or you of a particular culture. Yes, and this has always been the message of the Quran. Look at Hajj. You know, Hajj is one of the most beautiful things that anyone can see.
You want to give it to her? Give it to the mic. Give it to her.
Yeah, she'll put it on herself. Yeah, that's fine. Just put it in the corner, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Just so we can hear you better.
You come when the party's over.
It's okay. Let me take the little one out.
Then you say that, and I just saw a gentleman that was here before you. There were two Muslim guys, and because one's a Shia and the other's a Sunni, he said they wouldn't say salam.
Yeah.
So where's is the brotherhood and the divides?
Saying salam, I mean, even if it's something which is just greeting someone with peace, yes? But unfortunately, some people have developed this fanatism, this discord in their hearts, not to greet someone with peace even. But yeah, I was telling you about the Hajj.
Yes.
So you know, Hajj is something where you see this come into practice, where you have, I don't know, millions of people who go to this one particular holy place, Mecca and Medina later on. It's something that you see during Hajj. By the way, Hajj is only in Mecca, but they go to Medina just out of respect of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just to correct myself there. So you see, during this time, you find people of all backgrounds, different colors, different races, different statuses, yes, whether old, whether young, yes, whether they're rich or poor. You see them all clad into one white, two pieces of cloth, you know, for the man and for the woman, just white cloak over them. And this is something which is the beauty of humanity, where you have all different cultures and backgrounds coming into one place and worshipping the one God. Yes, this again is something that you find unique perspective in Islam. Yes, they cleanse themselves, they purify themselves, and they go and worship the one God. Yes, regardless of their background, culture, color, whatever it is. And this is one of the things you must have heard of the story of Malcolm X, where he actually went to Hajj, yes, and he forgot about his color and about his race when he went there, because he probably had this misconception about the Muslims, that they find the Arabs compared themselves superior to the others. But the love and the respect he found and the brotherhood that he found amongst the different people who went for Hajj, it just completely opened his mind to a new domain, a new world that exists within their own world, you know, in a way. And this is something which is the beauty of Islam. Shows you, it changes perception of what Islam is. Because you know, other races, for example, in Judaism, you cannot become a Jew until your mom is a Jew. Yes, so you can only become a Jew based on your race. So if you are a Jewish race, then you become a Jew. I mean, there might be exceptions, where they might allow you to convert to Judaism, but I don't know if they'll be classed as the same pure Jewish person as a born Jew. You see what I mean? And this is something that we do not have in Islam. In Islam is a universal religion where everyone is welcome. But then they have to follow the rules, of course, to remain a Muslim. You see, Islam is not something that you follow your desires. You follow your Lord, your God, who has commanded you to make the best of your life as an individual, and you in your community, to give you the best options available as a human being. So for example, you know, many people drink alcohol, many people smoke, many people do drugs, many people gamble. Islam has nipped all this in the bud and said no, all that is forbidden. Because you know, many people, they think that they can drink alcohol and they can control the amount they drink. Yes, they're quite capable of that because they are logical, rational people. So they'll, guess what? All the people who ended up in Alcoholic Anonymous, yes, they all said that at one point in time. And guess what? They all became alcoholics at one time. I'm not saying everyone is going to end up like that. However, alcohol causes harm to your body. That is certain. Why would you want to consume any poison that does even minimum harm to your body? Why would you want to do that? Just for the sake of a little pleasure, the momentary pleasure you have? Yes? And these things, you see, Allah has forbidden for you because it harms your body, and your body has a right over you. You cannot treat your body the way you want. And by the way, when I say alcohol and everything, I also mean anything that harms your body. That includes fatty food. That includes consuming food which harms your body. Yes? Yeah. Especially for Asians like us, you know, all the samosas and all the... you see what I mean? Yes. So this is something that we have to take into account. And Allah has given you a body, you have a right over your body, and you're going to be accountable on the Day of Judgment if you mistreat it. Just like you mistreat your partner, or your mother, or your children, or your parents, your body also has a right. And everything is balanced in Islam. Everything has a meaning. Everything has a right. And everything has accountability. Sorry, everyone has accountability for misusing those rights or abusing those rights. And the same goes with drugs. The same goes with gambling. Because you know, people who gamble, they think that, oh, we can control it. But then the urge takes over and they go out of bounds. They go into debt. Sometimes the families are destroyed. Sometimes they have friends, they borrow money, they can't repay back. The friendship is destroyed. The relationship with their parents is destroyed because they borrow money from the parents and from the brothers and sisters, and they can't repay back. So all this causes disharmony because we do not see this as an individual problem. We see this as a problem for the whole society. Yes? So even a person might be drinking alcohol and he says it's harming me, not anybody else. He doesn't realize that he's drinking alcohol, and when he goes over the limit, when he's unable to think correctly, yes, when he loses his ability to judge, when he's driving a car and he knocks someone dead, yes, that individual who died might be somebody's father, might be somebody's brother or sister. Yes, they have taken away their entire life. They might have taken away a mother from the children because of the negligence of that person who was drinking. Now look at Islam. Islam nips all that in the bud, and it completely changes society in the sense that all these harmful things, you know, if you go every Saturday in certain places where there are lots of bars and pubs, you see people, very educated people, high status in the society. When they go in the society, they won't even behave like that. They will dress appropriately. But when they are drunk, you should see the state of them. They're puking on the streets, walking on the four limbs, you know, literally behaving like animals, unfortunately.
Do you truly think that you can be a good Muslim in the Western world?
Why not?
Even walking down the street, you hear music, things on TV, our children are being...
You can always switch off the TV, you can move away from where they're playing music. You know, these things are...
actually get through the door sometimes in these big corporate companies.
Yeah.
If you walk in the door of a hijab, as much as they say that they're not gonna...
You can take them to court for discrimination, trust me.
Yeah,
you can do this in this country.
They won't tell you it's like that.
But you see,
they won't write in paper.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There is discrimination based on religion, okay, based on race as well, based on gender as well. Yes. So what happens? You stop becoming a woman. What happens then? I'm going to act like a man now? No, you don't. You live within the bounds of the law, and then if there is a law, which says that if they discriminate you, then you go to the court and you take your case there. You do it in a legal way. The struggle that you go through in this life is something that Allah will
عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي نزعت أسرار قلبي وجئت ألقي أساي رباه عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي نزعت أسرار قلبي وجئت ألقي أساي وأشتكي طي صدري دربا سحيق العطايا به بدأت ولكن لم أدر ما منتهايا لم أدر يأسي فيه ولا عرفت هدايا ولا عرفت ظلامي ولا عرفت ضحايا ولا لغيرك دوايا رب يوم النداء إليك أنت صباحي مصفد بمسايا فاسكب ضياءك إني ظمآن ضل صدايا إليك أنت صباحي مصفد بمسايا فاسكب ضياءك إني ظمآن ضل صدايا لم أدر من أي نبع أسقي جنين الركايا والشط لا ما فيه يكفي الأضاء في حشايا رحمك يا رب إني والذوقي والخطايا عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي نزعت أسرار قلبي وجئت ألقي أساي رباه عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي نزعت أسرار قلبي وجئت ألقي أساي وأشتكي طي صدري دربا سحيق العطايا به بدأت ولكن لم أدر ما منتهايا لم أدر يأسي فيه ولا عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي نزعت أسرار قلبي وجئت ألقي أساي رباه عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي